So today's job was to get a bell working. The Wayfarer came with a bell. As you can see, it was very rusty to start off with. So I started off giving it a quick rub over with some tin foil. As you can see, that cleaned up a little bit, but the insides were pretty rotten, both the top and bottom half. But it did still work, so I had some hope. So first attempt was a classic trick with full fat Coke, as we call it. So the old style, original taste, as it has in the can. As you can see, lots of sugar in it. So the idea is to leave it to soak in there. That will neutralise any of the rust and hopefully clear some of it. So that was the initial plan. So use a small can and spilt some of it, obviously. And then left it to soak for about an hour within the liquid. Now it's probably best to agitate the liquid every now and then and move things around to make sure everything's covered. That seemed to work for me. And after a short while I took it all back out and took it apart and popped it back in individual pieces once some of the big flakes had come off. So now opening it up and taking out all the individual pieces to see how they are. Now this did clean it up quite a bit. The rust obviously didn't fall off, and as I came to realise, the actual top of the bell seemed to be chrome plated, so there was kind of no recovery from that initial rusting and pitting. So something a bit more drastic was needed. So to finish off this first part, once I'd took this out and gave it all a clean, I started sanding with various grits of sandpaper that I could find, using a small old metal file, fairly blunt metal file, to take off the deep pits. I didn't get any video of that, unfortunately, because I was using both my hands. And then once that was done, used my bench press drill just to help round off some of the sharp edges I've created and kind of squared off edges I've created by rubbing a bit too hard. Probably only spent about half an hour doing this, maybe an hour. Obviously health and safety might disagree, and here we go. Here's the bell in action. As you can see, it's much shinier. And part two will be to work on the mechanism and get it looking a little bit better.